Our first presenter is going to be Jeff Hull, and Jeff's going to come out from Scott Lake, and he's going to do our Golf Course of the Year award.
Well, good evening. It's always fun to be here. If you're not aware, the Golf Course of the Year award is awarded to the Heather at Boyne. You know, having a beautiful golf course is not all it takes to earn the distinction of Golf Course of the Year. The MGCA Course of the Year award honors a member meeting 4 criteria: exceptional quality of the course, exceptional quality of ownership and management, outstanding contribution to the community, and significant contribution to the game. Continuity and stability are necessary to develop and maintain a long-term visionary planning. The Heather and Boyne Golf have been very fortunate. Today, as the largest privately owned ski and golf corporation in the country, it all started when Robert Trent Jones Sr. agreed to come to Michigan and design the Heather around the Blueberry Block. While a project combining the visions of 2 strong-willed men is never easy, especially the lake on number 18, the end product launched Northern Michigan Resort Golf and played a large part in the popularity of golf in the state of Michigan. Everett Kircher passed his passion and vision for golf and exceeding customer expectations to the family. In turn, they passed them along to the key management staff, and they passed that on to their staff. The Heather was the first Boyne golf course and widely credited as a spark that launched the golf boom in northern Michigan. Every golf course we have built since has been measured against the Heather, as in, is this as good as the Heather? Said Boyne's Bernie Friedrich, Senior Vice President of Boyne. The Heather has cemented the region as America's summer golf capital and tested some of the finest names in the game since its opening. And here to accept the award is Steve Kircher.
Hi, I'm Jack Berry. I've covered golf in Michigan for, nearly a half a century. About as long as this establishment has been going on here at Boyne Highlands. This is the granddaddy of great golf in northern Michigan. It's the one that sparked the whole golf boom up here, and the man responsible is Everett Kircher. Everett may not have been the sole creator of this area. I think there might have been a little higher power there, but he did more than anyone else to make northern Michigan and the whole state of Michigan a vacation paradise and a golfer's dream. He was very successful in the ski business down at Boyne Mountain. Ski weeks were real busy, 400, 500 people a week. He even had Olympic gold medalist Stein Eriksen, Ottmar Schneider, another great Austrian skier. But Everett realized that he wanted something in the summer to keep his people busy. And a friend of his said,
he says, Everett, what you need is a golf course.
We had been fishing that morning with a fellow named Jack Harriman, who was a great friend. And we came back in the middle of the afternoon. We're sitting in the upstairs bar having a cold one. And he says, what do I do to get some more business in the summertime?
And we were looking at this weed patch through the window, and
we said, well, you know, we could landscape this place a little bit, or even put some golf holes out there.
And it appeared to me that being green instead of weedy or brown was a more attractive sight.
It would dress the place up a little bit. And we had another beer and talked about it some more, and he saw the possibilities in it, and so eventually later that afternoon we went out and got some slalom poles, which are used in skiing, and laid out that first little golf course that was pasted off. And he saw the play that little golf course got, and he said, when he had acquired the Highlands, he had a lot more real estate then. What do I do? If I want to build a first-class golf course in northern Michigan, how do I do it? I told him, you get the very best golf course architect you can find, who is Robert Trent Jones. You get him and have him do you a course.
In those days, he was the leading architect in the architectural field.
I couldn't believe that Everett Kirchner had was not only won the golf course, but he had a ski resort. People were coming up here in droves, and he had hotels built in the wintertime. Fascinated me. So he was the one that really promoted golf as well as skiing in northern Michigan.
Everett sent him topographical maps. He came out and he looked at the property, and they decided on a routing. Now, Everett didn't have a great background in golf, but Everett had a great engineering mind. He was a very, very smart man, and so there was a lot of Everett Kircher in this golf course, including a number of holes on the front that he changed around that Jones had not envisioned it that way. And right behind me here, the signature hole at Boyne is the 18th with that great big pond in front. But when Jones originally designed this course, there wasn't a pond out there. It was just grass down there and some fairway bunkers. But Everett decided that they needed a little something to jazz up the final, to really let the fireworks go. And it has been a sensation. It's the hallmark of this golf course, not only of this course, but all of the Boyne courses, and there are something like 8 of them up here in northern Michigan, more than any other resort, has water on the 18th hole. We're going to show you some of the terrific holes here at the Heather now, and it's almost nearly a half century old now. And this is the course that not only are all the other Boyne courses measured against, but it was the hallmark for all of the golf in northern Michigan. Everybody wanted to match the Heather, and no one has really done that. This course still stands alone. Jones is one of the greatest architects of all time, and Everett Kircher gave him a little bit of help along the way. Bertie Friedrich, who's been the longtime director of golf for Boyne, is going to talk about some of the most important key holes here.
The Heather Golf Course, designed by Robert Trent Jones, is a classic traditional golf course. It has 10 doglegs on it, a lot of water hazards, a lot of elevated greens, with deep bunkers, 60 in total, with white tour sand. Carved out of the woods with great scenery, fresh air, the Heather is the first championship golf course in northern Michigan. Now let's look at some of our featured holes. Number 2 is a relatively short hole, 383 yards, but a very tight driving hole with wetlands on both the left and right side. A drive of 250 yards leaves you with a short to mid-iron to a very narrow green. Number 4 is a tough par 3, plays over water. You can be stretched out from 133 yards to up to 202. With water on the front, goes all the way around to the left-hand side. Please think about taking an extra club here. The undulation on this goes from the back to the front, and it's very steep. Bunker on the right, but there's not a lot of bailout area here. Number 5 is a par 5, which is a great risk and reward hole. The big hitters have an opportunity to go for it in 2. It's predominantly cut out right in the wetland area. It's 560 yards long, with water on the left and trees on the right. If you play it as a 3-shot par 5 with a drive of 250, you have about 180 to 210 yards left for your second shot. Your third shot then will be a short iron of 120 to 125 yards. The green is very undulating from right to left. Number 6 is another par 3 over water with bunker on the left and a bunker on the right. What makes this hole difficult is you can't feel the wind on the tee. The green slopes from back to front, and with a large bunker, it's very difficult to get up and down. Number 8 is a very difficult par 4. It's 450 yards long. With bunkers on the left, it's a very tough driving hole. An average drive of 250 yards would leave you 180 yards left. The key here is to get it in the fairway. This hole is a dogleg left, one of 10 doglegs on the Heather Golf Course. The second shot on number 8 is 180 yards long to a very narrow green with very deep bunkers on the left and on the right. The green is very undulating, again from back to front. Number 9, a par 5, we added a tee so it stretches out to 619 yards long. Driving is down a narrow chute to start. The second shot brings the water into play, and there's a lot of water on the Heather Golf Course. It takes a good shot, a good wood to get it over that pond. Most people play to the right of the pond as the safe play. That leaves you about 150 to 160 yards left to an elevated hole, so you need an extra club. It is guarded with deep bunkers all the way around. Again, undulating from right to left. Number 18 is one of our signature holes, one of the greatest holes in Michigan. It's 450 yards long. It plays downhill with a force carry for your second shot. To hit a 250-yard drive, you're going to have about 180 to 200 yards left with a downhill lie that you have to carry this large pond from 140 yards from water edge to water edge. So you need a good second shot, and the green is very narrow with bunkers in the back.
Thank you for watching. We hope you've enjoyed the show as much as we've enjoyed doing it and spending time up here in beautiful northern Michigan.
Well, that is humbling, and there's some sub-stories to that. They drank more than one beer one day. I think they mowed, you got a tractor and mowed down the field and then stuck poles in, and they played a round out there like the old Scots did. So, and I was driving down here, I walked in the building, I said, why didn't I get Bill Harbour here tonight? Bill's right down the street, he's about 93 years old, he probably would have come here tonight. It would have been a neat thing to have him sitting right there. Because one golf wouldn't have started without Bill. And it wouldn't be here without Bernie and his leadership and the team that he's assembled. We've got a couple of the key people here today under Bernie's tutelage. Mike Chumlick, our GM of Boyne Highlands, was the director of golf for many years, has taken on that leadership role. Josh Richter, who is the director of golf, all of Boyne, and Ken Griffin, who oversees the marketing. And we've got other folks, Blake Woodard oversees the turfgrass side. We've got such a strong team with amazing depth, and I'm so proud to be involved with them. And we as a team, think of this as we're standing on the shoulders of giants. And Jones and Dad were the giants in the room, and we're trying to build on that and maintain the legacy. The execution, obviously, that was talked about is just amazing, and the Highlands is going through a transformation for the next few years, and I hope that the Heather will have a hotel that will be at the same level as its golf course, as the golf course is, and we're excited about that. Mike is going to be shepherding that along with the team. So there's a lot happening in Boyne Highlands, and the Heather's going to be a marquee part of that. Before I turn over to Mike, because I know Bernie's going to get back up here, and he'll have one shot at me, but I want to tell the story because I was told earlier I should tell the story. He was my first boss when I was like 14 or 15, and I think it was mentioned in the opening that Dad taught us service, and to some extent I think Bernie brought service to Boyne Golf before Dad realized that was part of the equation. And he's been there 43 years. And as my first boss, he taught me. I was striking golf balls in the back at the mountain. We took the balls out of the ponds and made range balls out of it, and I was a ball striker, and he was overseeing me periodically. And he taught me something my dad had, in reverse, something my dad had burned into my head. And as a leader, as the manager, the owner, you're not going to be liked. You may be respected, but you'll never be liked. And Bernie flipped that on its head and taught me that you can not only respect your manager, your boss, but you can like them and even love them. And we love you, Bernie.